mucus-free. We are 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 mucus-free. What's going on, brothers and sisters? Welcome to this celebration of my 20 years practicing the Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold Ehret. It was 20 years ago in September. I think I had the famous discussion with Brother Air in August at that jam session, the Shea Nora jam session, and then I started actually practicing the system in September of 2002. And so that's part of what we're talking about today. Let me bring out my good friend and fasting extraordinaire, Brother Air. What's going on? There we go.
Yeah. I don't know if YouTube will copyright this bull, but I ain't gonna say the words.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, I don't think we can say you can sing you can sing the song. I don't think they ain't gonna copyright that. They really only care if we talk about medical procedures and freedom and things like that. That's generally what they don't like us doing.
Well, Pharaoh waited a day after he wanted to celebrate John's birthday.
Yeah.
Then he went to play with him.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I'm coming, man. So
yeah,
and the celebration of you doing your 20 years. Now you like legit. Like, I mean, now it's like legit. Like 20 years means something.
Yeah.
You know, and you were talking about the conversation. Wonder, you never say never, but just wonder if we wouldn't have never had that conversation.
Yeah. No, it's very, very highly unlikely that I was going to run across somebody else that would have laid it out the way you did. And yeah, I don't think it wouldn't have happened. At least not in time. Maybe I could have heard about something years later. It'd have been too late at that time. And but yeah, no, everything kind of worked out because that was like a universe situation. Because you said you had your plane tickets to take your family over to Africa.
Yeah.
On your way over to Africa, and then you got a call from a family member that's going to offer you a home,
right,
to live in, and so that kind of made you stay.
That derailed that, and it's funny that I'm going through probate.
Right. Yeah,
with the same issue, you know.
Right.
But yeah, man, I mean, it was something because what had happened, I had been spending a lot of time with Khalid and his family at that point. You know, it was like, you know, because they had young children too. So we had to, you know, link up with families that, it was only that family, you know, that was practicing. And Takora, she had all girls, and I think Guyana was about the only one but we never hung like, we never really
Hmm.
hung out like that, like with the children like that, with the chorus children. But Khalid, so here you come, and now you started hanging. So now this gives me like somebody to hang with that's a musician, and so um, I was a little different, because Khalid wasn't a musician.
Right.
Somebody who loved the music and the arts and and everything. But our adventures were different because they were musically, inclined. If we would go out on the street or if we would take a trip or something, it was a little different. And then Khalid, he had a family, so he couldn't be as mobile. Where you didn't have a family, and
Right.
you were just up for everything. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. We gonna look at some of them pictures in a little bit. Go back down memory lane. I scanned some old pictures from that era. The first 10 years of practicing era, and
yeah, man.
they
We did
tell a story.
a lot of moving around and a lot of stuff, man. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. 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 And that was just for me, just the real education. I was getting a real education. I was putting myself in a position to be able to educate myself. So I was studying all the time, practicing music all the time. I was dealing with academia. I knew how to deal with that. I was able to navigate that in ways that maybe some people wouldn't be able to, and still and really use those resources. That was my thing, and that was Brother Air was always saying was like, let's use these resources if you're gonna be spending all this money or somebody spending the money on this educational institution. And this is what everybody, in popular
Right,
culture, everything revolves around graduation from high school, going to college. Like, there's so many different movies and TV shows that everything, it's like the child's whole life revolves around, and it make or break is if they get into the college of their choice, if they go,
mm,
and whether they're playing sports or if they get a scholarship or whatever it is. It's just this thing that we are really just bombarded with, and there's not a lot of people that's showing any other options. And so, these it's what do you do? For most of us, that's the direction that we go in. But I went in to college in a different, like, I never really had that concept of I'm in here to get a piece of paper for a job. I just never had that
yeah,
type of concept, because and I might had to give some credit to my aunt and my family to just support me as a artist and musician, knowing that that's not an easy path, but it's always was total support with that. It was never like,
right,
well, you might need to do this to have a backup plan and study this. I had teachers that gave me that speech at high
right,
school,
right,
but yeah, never got that in the family. They just supported, like, you got to make your way and do what you need to
right,
do. And so when I went to school, it was like I had been studying a lot of the old, just on my own, not in school, but outside of school. I was studying a lot of the Socrates, the Socratic dialogues, and Plato and Aristotle, and just that whole litany of stuff. A lot of different religious texts and stuff. But I just I had bought into the idea of that's supposed to be the bedrock of academia, supposed to be the bedrock of the so-called university concept, is going into an educational situation and setting to discover who you are. Know thyself. That is the original bedrock on which academia and universities are supposed to be, and that once were put down on. And so that was my just reckless abandon naivete. I just ran right into it in with that idea. Like, I'm not gonna worry about, I worry about the making money or a job situation or something at some point. But right now, like, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, study as much as I can, and then after meeting Brother Air, get my physiology together. And then that took the whole trajectory, because I was already looking for that. I was already wanting to work on how do I develop myself and find answers to all these questions that I've been, the answers to human suffering. Why do humans suffer? What's the origin of disease? What's going on? I wanted all that. So I was looking for that.
And
And
to plug in on that Black consciousness that in the city.
yeah, like the remnants, what was
Yeah,
left
yeah,
of,
the remnants
that's
of
not there anymore now.
yeah,
But
but I mean, it was like I'll just say this. I mean, you couldn't have ran into any better people than myself and Vic,
yeah,
Sikora, Jinga. I mean, these were like
yeah,
pillars of that, that whole Black consciousness movement, Pan African, Rasta Israelite type of thing, Nation of Islam, all of
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
was looming.
Yeah. It was like one of, I remember. Yeah, it's like I was
And we were
going
coming
through.
out of the Timothy Thomas piece.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I had lived through that,
yeah,
and just being in the city
yeah.
when all that's going on.
Right,
It's like,
right, right.
because
I
I
mean, the
remember, because
boycott, the National
yeah,
Guard. This was 2001, so we're talking 2002,
right,
but 2001, and yeah, and we were right in the middle of that. I mean, just
mm-hmm,
we wasn't gonna let that pass without being front and center.
yeah, yeah,
Like, uh, and then you came along, and it was still happening. Um, yeah, so
yeah. Well, because when I came along, it was still happening, but it was kind of dying down, and it was almost like you had made the shift to where now I'm not holding back on the physiology part in terms,
no,
like, talking about it, because I think before I got there, you were still trying to, you
yeah,
were kind
I
of
was
guide from
basically
behind, and
doing music. I was basically doing
yeah,
music
do the
for that,
music. You had the
and
ear of the leadership, and
yeah,
kind of giving them some inspiration and
and and,
direction.
and,
And by
and
the time I got there, it was like,
well, by the
they
time
had
you
all
got
pretty
there,
much fell off.
they were giving us some of our demands, like
Yeah.
so we were, we were kind of like, going over, should we do this? Okay, we asked for this, and they're gonna let us do this, and should we do this? Or I mean, it was just a lot of, and even in that, they, folks wasn't on the one with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it was just, and we pretty much, with the physiology piece, we pretty much was totally separate anyway. But
Yeah, because it was it because I really gravitated toward that idea of, if you have any inkling of being a revolutionary, or having revolutionary thoughts, or thoughts about freedom, or improving the human condition, or conditions on this earth, if you're not talking about physiology and cleaning yourself up, then you're wasting your time.
and that's the one thing that they didn't want to pick up on. Um, they would give me an ear just because I was kind of in the catbird seat with the leader.
Right.
That was the only reason. If I would have been just somebody walking up, nobody knew nobody, they wouldn't have. But since the leader gave it an ear, they was trying to act like they were, concerned, or we were into it. But
Right.
But we were doing some things, man. We were doing some protests ourselves, and just uh, when they started trying to, I remember, I remember when they tried to make us go for the head fake and talk about black on black crime, like because that was still happening, but that always happens. White people kill white people, black people kill black people, Chinese people kill Chinese people.
Mm-hmm.
That's always happening like that.
Yeah.
So they were trying to, and we got up super early and made it out to the park, and they were having some black on black march. I was like, oh hell no. And me and my wife and the kids, and uh yeah, you came. I think you showed up.
Well,
Yeah.
which
The
was
one
you?
when the white was out there, remember?
Yeah, yeah. That was was that the one Vic came?
Yeah, Vic came
Yeah, that was.
too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Vic came, and he ended up putting me up on the
Well,
he
because then
ended
that
up
was
putting,
like, because at that point, that was almost where I just kind of some half the time I didn't even know what it was for. It was just like if you was
right,
if you was just like, hey, we're protesting something, we're over
yeah,
here. Here's
over
the
here.
address. I didn't even care. I didn't care what it was
Yeah.
about. I just like, all right,
Yeah,
bring your
I
trombone.
think that day was to catch them coming in because they were going to march from one place to another place, and we was like, man, we're going to catch these mugs coming into the park with that, you know, trying to fake us out, black on black crime. When no, we ain't done with Officer Roach yet.
Right, right,
That
right.
was white on black crime.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
We
they
ain't done with that.
always yeah, they always try to
Yeah.
co-opt and turn it
And they
into the
did,
other
they did.
direction. Yeah.
They used the little jive ass councilman used to be try to be a little AAU boxer. Sam, what was his name? Sam.
I don't remember any of them.
He ended up being a councilman
Uh,
for a few years, and but yeah, he tried to organize that, you know, and it was nothing but a political thing because
mm-hmm.
Damon Lynch got there and said, man, this ain't nothing but a political piece. And so that's when he remember when he called me up on the stage. He was like, man, just bring your sign
Mm-hmm.
up.
Right.
And like, like whatever you want to say, just say. I mean, it was just weird. And so, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the
The
thing
thing was
was,
so
uh,
here this is get us into that. So this was the one the famous protest outside of the barbecue where they were giving all the poor people free food.
where was
Remember
this?
in where was this? It was this at whatever this park was. Is that you? Remember that's this the one with the had we had all the kids with the protest. So this
Oh,
was
yeah,
yeah. So
the
Takora came
neighborhood,
with the K kids and we made all
Ring
these
Red Road.
signs. There's Hanif and yeah. So there's the Cora putting up the sign, putting up some of the signs they made. They said eat. What does it say? Eat meat, maggot, mucus, and
Wow. Yeah, that's.
here's us playing.
I'm
I'm
hearing an
hearing an
echo.
echo.
I don't
I
know
don't know
why.
why. Yeah, I don't know if let us know if you hear it in the chat.
I don't
I
hear
don't hear
you.
you.
I just
I
hear
just hear
me.
me. Oh well, that's you don't hear me at all.
No, I
No,
hear
I
you,
hear
but
you, but
I don't
I
hear
don't
you
hear you
echoing. I
echoing.
just
I
hear
just hear
me
me
echo.
echo. Okay. I mean, I don't. Oh, Brady says that yeah, brother Air. I don't. Let me see. I mean, I got the echo removal off. I mean, the only thing I could think would be to leave and come back in. Has it been echoing the whole time, or did it just
No,
start?
it just started when you put that on the screen.
Oh, well, that might be because I'm sharing the audio too. Let me see if I turn the audio off. If it
Hello? Yeah, it went away.
here, let me try this.
Hello?
What what about now?
Yeah, it didn't do it that time.
All right.
Yeah.
So we out here, and let's see. There's a couple. Some of these pictures aren't totally in order, but there we go. There's Khalib, who we were talking. Sometimes we got to point out who these folks are. Not everybody knows, so we
Yeah,
start
yeah.
telling all these stories, and then people are like, "Who are we talking about?" But yeah, that's Khalib and the kids here, and
Yeah.
holding up the signs that here, and because so people understand, like this is like a where was a community, some kind of park festival, like in the hood kind of thing, and they
Yeah.
had brought in all this free food. So a lot of like homeless people and poor people were kind of showing up, but the food was they had a pig on a spit, and they had like, I mean, it was just the filthiest food you could imagine given. And so it was like literally like, let's just keep these people poisoned. Let's poison all these poor black people. They have no clue. And it's celebrated. It was celebrated
Yeah.
like they were doing this great thing, this humanity, all this feel good energy and all that. So we were like, oh hell no, we can't have y'all feeling good about killing people.
And then this
And
street, Reading Road, is the busiest street in Cincinnati. So
yeah. So it was like, I mean,
always car traffic up and down all day. So
yeah. So people just had they were like, I mean, they just had to walk over to see what are these people protesting at this place that's supposed to be this celebration of whatever, of giving free things to poor
of
people,
ignorance, it was a
of
celebration of
ignorance,
ignorance.
celebration of
That's what,
ignorance.
yeah. And
And you can
so
see here, this was a good shot. Uh, I forget what that said. That buzz confusion. I think, well, that was like the radio station Buzz saying something about that. Um, People looking at it, walking by and just kind of like, just so confused, just like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they? Why are they?
yeah, because this was a Saturday afternoon. So come Monday, they're on the radio talking about it, and they
Right.
tried to play it down. Oh, nobody didn't. Yeah, we made you feel
Yeah.
conscious about that chicken or that barbecue that you was eating. We made you feel real conscious because I know we did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew a lot of people there, and a lot of people knew me, and they were like, "Hey, Will, man, we don't supposed to be eating this."
Right. It's
I was
like,
like, man, you
yeah.
see these sheriff cars, and so these was the same ones that was shooting at us, a couple of months ago down and over the Rhine, man. And
Mm-hmm.
now they buying you a barbecue sandwich on white bread. Get out of here, man.
Yeah. You better think about that. And yes, here's another shot. This is just, I think this is on Main Street. I think we were playing. I
Oh
forget
yeah, we
what the
went
thing.
down there and we went. Remember, we went down. It was like they were having. They stopped doing it. That something on Main. It was
Something on Main, yeah.
on Main.
Yeah, some kind of thing.
And we were in front of some business.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were
Yeah.
doing a lot of playing, man. At that,
Yeah. It was a
we were
lot
playing
of fun.
everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it didn't matter, man. We would just play. We would just hop
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yep.
Chuck would be with us a lot of times.
Yeah.
Chuck
Yep.
would come through, and um, yeah, that period was. We spent a lot of time together. That's what people don't really understand when they think that we was just hanging out, but
Right.
We hung. I mean, we was hanging all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, all the time.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Because pretty much, yeah, if I wasn't at school, I was doing working on school stuff. I was over there with you or going
yeah,
somewhere,
yeah,
playing
yeah,
somewhere,
somewhere or
you know,
something. We were doing something.
doing something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the so this was the first uh well, this wasn't the first best band in the city, but this was the first one with Ryan. And this is
Oh,
real close to the birth of Professor Spira. Like this is right around where I started, where that name, where I was transitioning into the Professor Spira type of mode here. And because I think
yeah.
this might have been actually the first performance with face paint
Okay.
and like with a outfit, kind of outfit type of thing.
Yeah, we want to
And
offer Ryan some condolences. He just lost his mother
yeah,
about a week ago.
yeah,
A couple
yeah,
of weeks
definitely.
ago. So that's
Yeah.
that was happening, and when all this was happening, I mean, we were back and forth, and I mean, and Ryan was a real big integral part of what we were doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. This was the 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 days here, and this is back to that protest. Grilling is killing, and
yeah,
it was like to see like here's a young brother grilling is killing, and then it was kind of like someone that just that they have did a disservice with what they fed her growing up. And just to show that juxtaposition there of like different worlds, just it's like whole different reality from your barbecue reality to your fruits and vegetables and animals reality is just like a total different.
so 20 years, and we keep taking the gloves off.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
now we down to the skin.
yeah, yeah.
Like we really serious now. The scamdemic, excuse me, scamdemic really showed
Hmm.
us that. Well, for me, and I think it was clear. It really showed us how many zombie like stupid people that it is around us.
Right.
I mean, where you think this, everybody's not a man. Man, I mean, we are surrounded by zombies. People who hear, feel, have no kind of sensitivity toward, I mean, they do whatever they're told to do. And that's
Hmm.
very dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
To be around people like that, and you calling them your coworkers or your family. I mean, they can be told to do something to you that they won't even understand that it's directly you know what I mean, it's directly about hurting you. They will be so bamboozled because that's just how they think. But that scamdemic really showed you just how many stupid people there were uh, around us. I mean, it's
Yeah, I mean, it was
I used
really
to
sad.
go ahead. My bad.
Well, yeah, no, just really sad, man, because we had a real similar kind of experience with that because I went into it optimistic at first just because that's how I am or how I was and this the humans broke me, man. I lost my I had to grow up and it couldn't be naive no more. I had to just realize, man, these folks are gone.
They're gone, man.
And
And
it's like
I used to try to. I mean, like my thing is like I hate to say it, man, but it's just I found myself in situations where I was just hating being around people.
yeah.
Even little kids, like, get them away. Just just even children, man. it was. I mean, I was like, oh man, it's just done got that bad for me, man. Like, it's just like zombies everywhere. It's like an outbreak. Like nobody has no heart. Nobody has no kind of wanting something different,
Mm-hmm.
wanting change. So, I'm just a real, you know, uh I'll say bittersweet person, because the sweetness is in that I know the truth about my breath.
Yeah.
So that I'm a winner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um I know what side I'm on. I know what is in store for me. But at the same time, I'm just not where some people can be sociable with the general public, and I'm not there no more. I'm done. I'm done with my fellow citizens. You got to prove to me that you deserve any kind of respect for me, just even say hello to you. Now, that's where I'm at. Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
do what you're supposed to do. If I need gas or whatever, just pull in, pump the gas or what, what I mean? Let me get out. I don't need to have no discussion with you. I don't need to be, don't be warm to me. Don't be kind. Just leave me alone. Just hand me the, here, here go the money later. Okay. We don't have to have no conversations, at the register, at the grocery store. We don't have to have none of them niceties or none of that. None of that. None of that. I'm not gonna run into a bunch of sisters and speak anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm like, hey, say Queens, how y'all? The hell with y'all. I'm done with all. I'm done with all that.
Yeah, and it's because of
All that
this attitude, this just it's like
lack
nails on
of
a chalkboard.
attitude.
This
It's a lack of attitude.
lack
They
of
have no
attitude.
attitude. They don't have an attitude. Their thing is like marshmallow, mush mush. They don't
Yeah,
whatever comes at them here. Yeah, I love to work 30 years for some place. Yes, so, they're just happy with their little, with their job. There's nothing more than here's some kibbles and bits, and then we open the gate, let them out, let them go for a walk, let them be a little mobile, and let them perform, or it's just like little pets, and then put them back in the cage, and here they come back the same, treat them like shit, and then here they come again, come Monday morning, they're right back at it, smiling and trying to act like
I
they know
mean,
each other.
we live in a reality where, well, I mean, it's been like even worse than this in other places. We're kind of America centric, oftentimes, because that's where we're at. Um, as we can talk all about sweatshops and modern day slaveries and all that kind of stuff. But in a place that's not supposed to be like that, you have one of the richest corporations on the planet that put so much pressure on people that they have to wear adult diapers while they're working.
Mm, that's pressure.
you know, it's
That's
like,
pressure.
I mean, and
That's
it's not like
pressure.
you're getting paid, that's you're talking, whatever they make 15, 17 an hour. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but and
That's
people know
precious.
we talk about that's the Amazon lifestyle, and and I know maybe it's not like that at all of them, but like just the fact there's too many of those stories public that's real prevalent, and they just it takes the humanity out, but that's
Well,
what
who wants to be free? It's
that's the question.
how long are you gonna? Everybody talks with great consciousness. Oh, they know about all this conspiracy and everything that's going on, and what they're doing is they have plans. They have plans. It's like when they 30s and they 40s, now they 50s, they still got plans, and they 60s, they still got plans. They're gonna be free one day, to do what? Especially if you're not dealing with your physiology, which you're not, with most of them are not. This isn't a priority. This physiology thing, like with us, it's a priority. With them, it's just something. Oh, I'm a little healthy. I'm a vegetarian. I'll go and I'll go to the vegetarian restaurant, and I'm healthy.
Right.
I'll go work out. You know, it's not enough, man. We got to be like like soldiers, knowing that we're in a war.
Yeah.
We're in a war of being put in a zombie state. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for your children? Is that what you want for your children's children? You better do something now. Now it is the time. Now is this is the move. This is the move you make right now.
Yeah. This is your moment. There
This
ain't
is
no
your,
waiting. It's like, because we've been very consistent as we talk about the history and everything that we've been doing around, what was it, 2005? Was it
man.
2005 or 2006? We had the radio show.
We've been
We
on
had
this thing, man. We've
the
been trying to. We've been doing what we supposed to be doing. So you can like us or dislike us, and there's those who out there that dislike us. They dislike us because we so on our shit. That's why they dislike us. They don't bend. They don't go this way or that way. They're just too. Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why we
two
right here. That's why we right here tonight, 20 years later.
20 years later. Yeah.
We're not bending.
Yeah.
We're not bending. So
That's it. And I want to let everybody know there's a unique opportunity. So we're opening up the doors here for a limited amount of time. Got the coaching program going on and a free 15-minute coaching call with one of our mucus-free coaches. There's only a couple of us out here. So if this sounds like it's something that you might want to plug into or that you can benefit from, 100% free, just hit the link. You can go to mucusfreelife.com/free-coaching-call and follow the links there. I'll
get
post the link in
yourself
a moment.
together. Get
Get
yourself
yourself
together,
together.
man. This is what the money. If you're spending any money, this is what you should be spending your money on: is getting yourself together, soldiering up, soldiering up. Like we got the weapons for you. I mean, we got the weapon. We know what the weapon is. This is how you weapon yourself up without the gunpowder. This is how you put it together, and this is how you become invincible to the point where they can't do nothing with you. When you're dealing with cleanliness, can't do nothing with it.
Right.
Can't do nothing with it. So if you spending your money and here or there, you know how you always got somebody knocking on your door, some delivery man with some old bull crap. You know, you need to invest in yourself and get into something that 5 generations down the line they will plug into this.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
will be like, "Oh, thank you, great great grandmama. Thank you, thank you."
Yeah. Yeah. Because I say a lot that I mean I benefited from being around Brother Air all the time, like we said, being around the community, having the mentorship, the support, the leadership, being able to see it with my own eyes, not just read it in the book or hear about it, but see it and see everybody's had different interpretations, different it was like certain things everybody was together on, but there'd be different practices. But that was what I really loved about it. That I love about the Mucusless diet is
And
that
it
it
wasn't like a lot of us. I mean, but
well, it wasn't a
it
lot.
was
Yeah,
enough. It was
it was
enough of
enough.
us.
Yeah, it was enough. Then
Enough
there
of
was a
us that we could do activities. We could, hey, let's all meet at the park. Hey, let's come over to the house. Let's have a discussion. It was that kind of thing, man. And people thought that it was important enough to gather around, you
yeah,
know? And so, and we took advantage of it. We took advantage of it,
yeah,
man.
because it was just a lot of. I mean, everybody was able to benefit from everybody else too, because we would share. Like it was like, okay, I ate this, I tried this didn't work. Don't do
Right,
that. It was like, or like, oh wow, this actually was a good transitional item. You might want to
right.
try that someday. It was like that free flow of information and details like that. And I found it hard to do that level of sharing in the on the internet space without having the people really either sign it unless they were signed up for the coaching program or we were working like that. It's kind of hard, or you come in maybe sometimes that those conversations happen on the Wednesday meetup, but this is harder, because
Really?
everybody's coming
Wednesday
from
meetup.
different realms. And yeah,
That
so
thing went to 6 in the morning, man. The other
the
week,
other
this
night,
past
yeah,
week,
yeah,
man. I wasn't on it, but I had it on, and I look around. There was still folks was on there at 6 in the morning. It was wow. So, but yeah, man. I had something I was gonna say, and it just dropped from my brain cell.
mm,
But maybe I can rethink about it after we talk about it. But it's been like a marvelous 20 years. Who knew when I was, sharing this information with Spira that he would be this inspired to become Professor Spira? It's like who knew? Who knew that, annotated version, rational fasting, mucus-free life. Who knew? But that's what you do is you share
yeah. I mean, we learned that you share it. You give everybody that one shot.
that one
You share
shot,
them that one
that one
time.
shot.
It's at least expose them to it,
Because
and that's
because Ryan had heard this information before Spira had.
you would yeah, like 6 months prior, you
Yeah,
had seen him at Mars Music and
yeah,
had gave him the whole spiel, and
yeah,
he became vegetarian for however long it was,
yeah. He was
for a
checking it
few
out,
months, and
and then he ended up, I mean, when you by yourself and he's trying to figure it out by himself, sometimes that happened. That's why it's so beautiful now. It is a community that people can bounce things off of each other.
Mm.
But that's what happened. He was into it, and then he kind of just, wasn't into it. But then once Spira got into it, he was right there,
Mm-hmm.
and they became, this infamous, duo.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the
Yeah. So
those was the days, man. Just
yeah,
me,
man.
just just wreaking havoc in college conservatory music. Just really making all everybody hate the hate they hate us so until they love us. Like it was like, I mean, we made them hate us so much that they just started loving us. By the
Yeah,
end,
yeah, yeah.
it was like we left on good terms.
That was the closest thing I came to being in academia. Was being up there all the time, and like you say, they hated us when what is going on? Who is all these folks with all these locks and this and oh, then all of a sudden they started loving us. I mean, it was like, it just they seen that that's something that they could feel a vitality in, but they didn't know that it was vitality.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was that was reeking. That was reeking all over that place.
yeah.
And we had nicknamed the place the morgue.
Right. Because one is freezing down there because it's
Yeah,
in the basement, and then
yeah,
some frozen people down there,
yeah. So
and
so yeah, I was having them. When they would see Hanif with us, it's like, man, bringing these little young children up,
yeah, like little kids is coming in here, and like what's going on?
you know,
Yeah,
uh,
you
and
know,
yeah, so it was deep.
yeah, and that when we came up with the name Bet BBC best band in the city, and somebody I put up those flyers, and people were scratching it out and like, no, it's not. It's not the best band.
Best band in the yeah, and yeah, we were doing all kind of things, man. That was.
It's the Sunny's era. This was Del
Oh
Feo. I
yeah.
found I wish I had a picture. I couldn't find my picture with Mulgrew. There was a picture of him playing when he was
Oh okay.
when he was playing.
Mhm.
This is the second week with Ryan at the and this is pretty much full. By this point, this is like the birth of Professor Spira right here. I kind of give like the week before was kind of getting warmed up, but by this point, this is where I'm getting on the microphone, and people are getting up and walking out.
Walking out.
Because I'm just like,
It's like,
just
yeah,
no filter. I'm just like like look at that look at that dead animal that's in front of you on your plate. It's killing you. Like
yeah,
it's,
it was,
it's
it was
out music going behind. People
yeah.
just getting up like, okay, it's
He,
time to
he
go.
he hadn't quite got his presentations together.
Yeah. I hadn't refined that yet. That was new. It was new to that, and so we were,
He
I
was
was
just hollering. He was just hollering at everybody.
just, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just a lot of
Uh,
that.
oh
Yeah.
man, being in the back, I'm back there playing drums most of the time. It's just funny just watching people in the front, just like, oh man, what is he talking about? You know?
This was in Chicago, the Taste of Chicago. This is the famous Taste of Chicago trip,
Oh, okay.
And please support live music and see
Mm,
all them for all them portalets. Because that was for me. I mean, that was really heavy when I started having those experiences. Because a lot of those I was fasting, and just to be so close to having come from eating horrible food and the old lifestyle, and then I'm at an event that's a celebration of gluttony, and both of us are here playing music to these people while we're fasting.
right.
And it's almost, it felt like some kind of penance or something, like it really felt like a old, like this is like some like a penitentiary type of, like this is
Mm,
your duty, this is your sacred mission, is you're playing music for to pay reparations for, because you used to be here, like you would have been here
yeah,
eating.
yeah.
Now to pay the reparations, you're here fasting and
So that's a
playing
full
music for the
circle.
people.
So that's the full
Yeah,
circle.
full circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. That was yeah, and there's some days ahead that we're gonna, have some
yeah.
experiences to talk about. So we're not
Oh
done.
yeah. Yeah. No,
We're not
it's
done.
gonna
We
be here
just we
good.
just we just starting.
Getting, yeah, just getting
We
warmed
just
up.
starting.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe. Wait, what do you say? Wait, you get a load of us.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, here's a old Lomax picture here. This is Lomax. We got Loving Stars on the gig, and we got Quinn on the gig, and
And
Whitey's
that
back
and that
there with us.
Lomax gig came out of me saying to Ryan and you, like, y'all should play in an R&B band.
Yeah, y'all should play some R&B. Being a funk band.
Get in a funk band, just get that little vibe out the way where you can, where you can get that.
Right.
And it couldn't have been nobody better than Lomax and his wife.
Yeah. I mean, you
Boy,
just yeah. Here's that picture of uh camping in the Chicago
oh yeah.
garage. We got the lemons, we got the juice,
Yeah,
and
man.
we with the door open outside the little fire escape
Oh
balcony.
man.
And because we would
Cold
go, this
packed
is like
up
a
and
24-hour
yeah, yeah.
thing,
We
so
just wait. We're just waiting to do our thing. Like we go play.
yeah.
We're
Right, yeah, we
we
just
just waiting. Okay,
waiting until we can go play.
we
Yep,
can
we
go
got all
play.
the gear, everything just stuffed in the trunk in the back seat.
He's up there just oh man, that was something. But that's what we talking about. And we still there.
Yeah,
We still
yeah,
got that same, like, let's
yeah. It's like we've
like we
refined
ready
our
to go there. We ready to go there.
yeah. I mean, we've refined the vehicles to make it look, or
Oh
at least
yeah,
I
yeah,
have. It's like
right, yeah.
I got the van, so I can make this is real easy now.
Yeah, yeah, more
And,
comfortable. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's still the
but yeah,
same.
but this is what we talk about, like an attitude. Like this is an example of what we're talking about. Like this kind of attitude of we're gonna do what we want to do.
Right,
We're not gonna live on our knees. We're not gonna live as if we are slaves,
right.
worrying about what everybody's thinking about us, and worrying about what the police gonna say, and is it okay to do this? Am I allowed to do this? It's like,
Will I make enough money to pay my bills?
yeah, will I right? Will I make enough money to, like? It's like nah, you just make enough to get home. You're gonna make it's like you at least gonna make enough to get home, and we just wasn't thinking like that. As we getting the our license to play music in Chicago on the street.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
That's back me with Curtis Fuller, back to the
Oh yeah.
college vibe, and that was the things that was really great about being or one of the things really great about just being in the program that I was in musically was at that time too, because it ended after I left. I heard it stopped happening as much, which was all these famous and just like legendary musicians were coming through, and I got a chance to spend time with them. And a lot of these folks are no longer with us, and so I was able to kind of just vibe, just get that vibe, get that wisdom uh, of the tradition. There's still a passing down of wisdom. It's not just about, because when you get with those folks, like there's, whether they say it or not, there is the the understanding that it's not just about sitting and playing your instrument all day and learning all these different things and playing real fast. Like there's a soul element of cultivating yourself, because a lot of these guys were brilliant. They did study, and somebody like him, and it doesn't happen as much with the younger musicians, but with people like him, this is Curtis Fuller. He knew about the Mucusless Diet Healing System. You know, Mulgrew Miller knew about the Mucusless Diet Healing System. Like I would meet these guys that would not, they might not have did it or practiced it, and I gave them a book and tried to
Yeah.
encourage them to take another look at it. But it was like they knew about it and they weren't adversarial toward it
Oh
as
no, oh
much,
no, no, no.
you know.
Especially Mo Grew.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, he is.
I would see him on a K every year almost after that, and he was just always embracing like y'all the mucusless diet people. So
Yeah,
y'all the one that's doing right. You know, he was like he knew what we were doing was right, and he knew he needed to be doing it, but for some reason he couldn't put it together.
right.
Kept having strokes, and you know, it's
Yeah.
just boy. I mean, that's a mindset to go through having a stroke and be not feel that that's enough to make you get it together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is because I mean I don't live that life, but man,
Yeah.
you know, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
got to be something, man. When you can't force yourself into getting it together like that, you know. And
Here's one when I went to see Slide Hampton play, and I got to play for him. That's my story of where I just really, I just know I sounded horrible when I played for, because I was going through an embouchure change and my lips were all like I could. It was rough. It was just rough even playing some notes, and then I'm nervous because he's one of. I mean, I've been listening to him since I was real young. I just happened to have, had got a CD of his that I used to just play over and over and over again, and but that was one of them stories where uh you know yeah, slide Hampton, man, just a total virtuoso on the trombone, jazz trombone. And I don't know why this popped back up.
yeah,
Well, I think a lot of musicians have that story where they meet one of their musical idols and play for them and just sound bad. It's
oh
just
yeah,
like,
well
just
yeah,
sound horrible. I'm just like, I got after that, I was like, man, I'm imagining that in his head he's just thinking like, all right, man, go. It's you might need to do something else. You might need to get in.
I
Might
mean, but
want to go check something
that's
else
it.
out.
Some nights you just not on, man. You just I remember I did something and I was who was it that said I had to listen to some albums to remember that you could play.
Right.
Like I had to listen to some recordings. That's what it was. I had to listen to some recordings to remember that you could play. Like damn, nothing
who
said. Just
who said that?
I'm trying to
Trying to
remember
remember.
who said that to me. But I had done some recordings or something, and they were like, I had to listen to the recordings. I had to go back and go home and listen to the recordings to remember that you could play like that, at one point. So I'm like, okay. I mean, everybody is embarrassed at some point, playing
Yeah,
this music. This music is to study it, to take it on, and to study it, and to try to grasp it. It's you gotta have a thick skin because boy, people are gonna just they're gonna rim you
right.
because it's a hard music to play, and it's a hard music to excel at,
Yeah,
to really really be a great player, like a John Coltrane type of level or Miles. I mean, it's different variables.
yeah.
Some people can just play. Yeah, yeah, it
Mm,
sound good. Yeah, okay, yeah, sound good. But to excel at that is this a real hard music, man, and that's why it takes like I I was telling Hanif and his partner that everybody, man, that I knew who was very serious about this music went through those periods of practicing 5-6 hours a day
oh yeah.
for years, not
Mm-hmm.
not just for 3 weeks or 2 months. I'm talking about for years. That was just what they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
that's how serious this music is. I mean, and now you see why the young, especially young brothers and sisters of color, don't take the time to go into this because it takes that kind of commitment.
Right.
After you put that kind of commitment in, there's no place to play. There's nobody to play with. Um, it's it's a bad. It's just So yeah, man. I mean, it, but that's the kind of commitment it took to be committed to the practice of the Mucusless Diet Healing System. We're talking about something that's saving our lives. Everybody should want to save their life. We shouldn't have to be on here trying to convince you to check out the Mucusless Diet Healing System.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know if you're not doing this, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be trying to clean your blood. Oh, well, that's what y'all say. Okay, well, think of something else. Think of something else that you're supposed to be doing. And let me know what are you supposed to be doing?
Right.
You can put it in the chat, whatever, but what else is it to be doing? In the midst of all this zombieism, in the midst of this death culture, what is it to be doing? What did that had I have say death culture survivor? That's what you want to be.
Yeah.
If you don't get
Yeah.
the people that's died, you're not gonna survive this death culture.
Yep.
You're not
And
gonna
I
survive.
and I and I will say we're the ones that we've been talking about death culture for 20 years
Oh, I
or
mean,
you
man,
longer.
it's so many. Look,
No, it's because I've seen because
it's
I've
so
been
many
noticing
things that we
there's
done
people.
coined the phrase. We done,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
know, we know where it come from. We know, we know that when we they talked about mucus, we started talking about pus, right?
Yeah.
So mucus and pus. Nobody was saying that. Everybody was just saying mucus. But pus was
Right.
the real
Yeah, pus. Oh
pus
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
That
real culprit.
that puts the yeah, that puts the the stinger on it. Pus and mucus forming foods.
Pus and mucus forming food. Now you know what you're working with. See, we've been in the 20 years. We've been really nailing this thing. We've created a language for it, and still create a language, and it's not closed just for us to be able. I mean, the practitioners can bring in that new language. We're always open for new things, but that's what we're talking about, man. Is we really are still as serious about this as we were. I mean, Spira, no, I was serious when he met me.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well, I
did.
mean, and that was one of the stories that impressed me. So I probably should for people that hadn't heard the original story of how Brother Air told me and Ryan about the Mucusless diet. We was at Shea Nora, which is like it was like a restaurant, and they would have live music there. They had a little stage and piano, and so we were there at a jam session. Erwin Stuckey, and it was in between the sets. They had this buffet over there just set up. And me and Ryan, we're gonna take advantages of free food every time there's free food. It's on. And so I didn't have no pride. Like I was not the type of person that would leave something for other people. I'm taking it all if I see it. And so I went up with my plate and I piled on all these chicken wings and whatever else they had there. And so we sat down and we're sitting across from Brother Air, and I'm just eating this chicken wing. And I just see this face. His Brother Air had been trying to not talk about the diet because this I'd known him for a year and he really hadn't said anything about it that I remember. And so his face just changed, and we're sitting there eating, and then he just starts kind of talking about like just asking questions about, that would lead you into the logic of the mucusless diet and just thinking differently. And before as he like maybe a few minutes into him talking, I don't know how long into him talking, I'm like eating it slower and slower. Like he's saying something, and I take like a bite, and I'm kind of looking down at it like, ah. and it was like that was the beginning of the end of the pus lifestyle for me. And we ended up after the jam session, I think we were talking for 2 or 3 hours, just standing on the corner outside of the club. And it was after that got the book. But what really one of the things that impressed me about that discussion was Brother Eric talked about how he had did a whole year eating nothing but fruit, and he had just got done doing a fruit like a fruitarian year. And he gave the disclaimer. He's like, I'm not telling anybody else to do that. I'm not trying to push other people saying and that's what you need to do. He's just saying I did it. And so I just disproved all of these nutrition theories and these concepts of what you supposed to not be able to do and can and can't do and the fasting and all. He's like, I'm a testament to all of that being garbage. That all of it, that we throw all of it out.
Right.
You know, it,
Right. You have to get in the game and to really understand and to come up with real empirical truths that can put this stuff, because they walk around with the white coats on and the diplomas on the walls, and they make you think they're just infallible,
mm-hmm.
that everything they say is the truth. And I'm just saying that 95, I say 99.9% of those folks with those PhDs up there, uh, and the medical MDs have never done what I've done. And they would say what I would, if I was to tell them about what I wanted to do, they would not suggest that I do it.
Well, and you tell them what you did, and they say that you couldn't have done that.
Well, I wouldn't even tell them what I was doing, because it wouldn't even matter at that point. It's like their thing is, but just to go to them and tell them like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to. Well, I had one of the doctors tell me about doing enemas frequently like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depletes your electrolytes.
Hmm.
All right, what's an electrolyte? They're just making up shit now. Let's just make up some other shit. What's an electrolyte? See, we just make up shit. We're just gonna make
Yeah.
up something. We're gonna make up something, and now we made it up, and now it goes into the to the European journal as there's a such thing as an electrolyte. We can explain it. They have a definition about it, and it lives from now on. Electrolyte. Okay.
Well, let's see. I think Christopher, he was asking, why is an enema so taboo? Why is such a taboo to get an enema?
Because you can
Ugh.
heal yourself,
Yeah, because it's too powerful.
yeah,
Too
yeah, well, you
powerful
can heal
of
yourself,
a
and you don't have to go to hospitals and keep them in business. You know,
yeah.
and, I mean, look, we're not talking about the trauma situations like car accidents and stuff like. Let's take all that stuff out of it. But we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about probably 80% of people in the hospitals right now, if they would have dealt with their diets, and if they would have had information about what they were eating and how they wouldn't be there. And they
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
definitely wouldn't be there for long hospital stays if
Right.
the doctors immediately changed their diets when they came in. Oh, my stomach. Oh man, I'm throwing up. I'm doing okay. So what you been eating? Oh, I've been eating. Man, they know what you've been eating: macaroni and cheese and turkey and liver and all. Okay, so we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
change that. And they give them the information. They give them mucusless diet, or they give them something similar to that. And what's the problem? They'll never see them again.
Right.
Can't have that.
Right.
Can't have that.
Yeah.
Hell, we got to keep you coming. We got some medication up in here for you. We got to give you a shot. We got to keep you on all this medication, keep you medicated up,
Right.
keep you drunk and stupid, zombie-like. Because this is where we make zombies at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what our mission is, to create zombies. So, it's like, man, we're on a mission, man. We're exposing these vampires. We're exposing them.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
call them murderers. I call them murderers because you can't tell me now with all this holistic information out here, the bunch of the nurses, the doctors are vegans, your nurses are vegans. You can't tell me that they don't got a little information and they're not sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
They still refuse to share it. No, that's not diet. No, it doesn't have that much of an impact. No, it doesn't have that much of an impact. And it has all of the impact. It's where it starts and it's where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I don't have a problem calling them murderers because I mean they've murdered more people than the country itself, like with homicides and all like that.
Mm-hmm.
Them hospitals have murdered more people than any country or city with homicides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Who wants to answer this in the chat? What type of enema do we think is best? What are the alternative enemas that are also effective?
You said what
We
type of enemas?
Yeah, what type of enema do we think is best?
Well, it's only. I mean, there ain't there. I mean, when you say they're talking about like the coffee and all that
Just
stuff.
different type. Yeah.
Oh, well, I know what's the best. For me, the best is lemon. So I know what the best is.
Well, I was telling
Undisputable.
people to answer her in the chat,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and
Well,
and Brady
yeah.
did said lemon juice and distilled water enemas are the best in my experience. Yeah.
Undisputable, undisputable,
Now,
undisputable.
yeah, now we got the Kalima board camp. I'll give a shout out to the Kalima board camp. It's like
Well, yeah. I mean,
the
that's a. I mean, well, they still use the. I hear they still
well, I
use the
mean,
lemons too, right?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's more diluted, with that much water, unless you really
Right,
pumping a
right,
lot
right,
in there.
right.
But I just look at them as just different tools. It's all part
Well,
of the toolbox.
they are. They
It's
are
all
different
part of the
tools.
toolbox.
I want all of the tools. I'm gonna get one. One is coming, and I want a pot. I want an enema pot, a bucket. I want one of
Yeah,
those. So I want to have everything, just to have it,
yeah,
just to have it.
exactly. Because that's our stuff. Because I have so I've been on doing interviews, and so I can't always share my screen, and so I have to I printed this out so I can put it up. And I think I was on an interview the other day, and I put this up. I think I scared them. I scared them.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I
They
mean,
were like, what is that? They were like, man, put that down. I don't want to see that. I was like, all right,
yeah.
okay,
Well, the
all
zombie,
right.
the zombies. They can go and ride the spacewalk or something at King's Island and stuff. They can do all that, but to look at what's inside of them, they they have a problem with that. So keep showing it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep showing it. Somebody's gonna see
Oh man, they see
it.
it. No, somebody's gonna feel it.
Feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's
And somebody, if somebody wants to find, so there's a few questions, like detailed questions about the enema. Check out the how-to video that we did that's on the channel, how to do a lemon juice enema, and where we real detailed take you straight through how to do it. And there's an accompanying blog post with it that has it all written out as well. So I recommend checking that out. If somebody wants to share that link, feel free to do that in the
But
chat.
if nothing else, if you can just go and grab you if you have never done one and you listening to us, listening to our voice, you can just go to the drugstore now, like after this program, or grab you a hot water bottle with the enema attachment and get busy. It's $15 and some lemons and some distilled water, and you're good to go. I guarantee you, it change your life. You start seeing all that. See, I love it when folks think that they really got it together. I'm clean. I'm having regular bowel movement. Okay, have your regular bowel movement, then do one of these.
Right.
And see what happens. You'll be like, so it's an eye opener. Like, man, when you keep thinking you clean, oh man, I'm regular.
Yeah, I'm pretty clean, and
Do one more. Do one more lemon enema and see what comes out. Boom. You'd be like, dang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it that deep? Yeah, it's that deep.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
It's deeper.
However deep you think it is, it's deeper than that.
Like you are filthy, sister. You are filthy, brother.
Yeah.
You are filthy. I mean, you are filthy filth. And I know people hate. No, we're not exaggerating. You are filthy. So get it together.
Because it's like all these pictures is literally just the tip of the iceberg. Like this, we show this because it gets people's attention because they're like surprised. And it's like, but this is literally like 101. This is the first several days of class. You're dealing with this part. This is like the easier part to deal with, And once you graduate from this, then we can really get into some more serious discussions that wouldn't even make sense to have right now, on these public type of forums.
And then you might be so disgusting that anything up on these pictures what's inside you might make this look like just some little kid stuff. What you say, greasy kid stuff.
Right.
You could have some stuff in you, boy, that could scare the whole neighborhood. Be like,
right.
Whoa.
Right.
What is that? So, you better start cleansing.
My video's up on here.
Huh?
I made it. My image made it into the mucoid plaque search here on Google.
Wow.
That's always nice when they accidentally let one of my things through on Google.
Aren't you deserving? You're the
but they like to suppress my stuff so that it doesn't, so that the least amount of people can see it as possible.
Well.
But this is where the rubber meets the road, where the pus and mucus meets the toilet bowl.
Well, yeah. Like I say, I know anybody who's checking enemas out for the first time, not even the first time. You need to be doing one a day, one every other day, one every 2 days, once a week. I can't go too much farther past that. I'm not, once a week I'll stop there with what's acceptable to me as far as me still wanting to be friends with you. Still want to socialize with you, at least once a week. I'll go there. But every other day, every 2 days, every day, I'm an everydayer. So you know,
Yeah, what's
I'm
the
just
core of 10 times a day? Or
oh man, jeez. I had the other day I had done like two already, and we started talking. She had done four already.
hmm
I thought I was doing something. I was like, yeah, done two. I was gonna do another one. So I was going through some serious elimination. And she had done four already. I was like, I ain't even I ain't even gonna try to keep up with the core because that if I do 10, she'll do 30.
hmm
So I ain't even gonna go there. Just keep it to myself. Know that I'm gonna get one in a day. That's a definite, you know. So so
Yep.
other than that, man, what's happening in the deaf culture, man? What is it? Is there anything to be to
Well,
to,
there, well, I mean, there's nothing good happening. I definitely tell you that. There's
okay.
nothing good happening. We're looking
Well,
at
we
a
got 20 years in. I mean, we
yeah,
celebrated
yeah,
20
yeah.
years, so maybe the people who are there, maybe did they congratulate you yet? Maybe you can,
Who's
send
that?
still who's ever there, who's ever writing stuff, or they can wish
Oh,
you.
yeah. Oh, they've already been doing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
in the
okay,
chat.
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, cool, cool.
yeah.
20
No, but it's
years, man.
yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been a hell of a journey, man. It's a
Yeah, man.
whole, when you
Yeah,
start going down this path, there's no training wheels,
yeah.
no guide rail. It's like you just out here and good luck. I mean, that's pretty much where it's at now. These days is where it's
Yeah,
at. But
but
we,
it's like having that confidence of and what gives you confidence is that you practice it and you start transitioning and then you start seeing what is the truth. It's like,
yeah,
wow, okay, I'm doing this. Okay, wow, this man, I feel better. Man, this is happening. This is happening. Eric was right on. He was right on.
hmm
He was right. This will happen. This might happen. This is definitely gonna happen.
right.
So, Eric laid the book out, man, and the instructions for how to do the system is pretty straight ahead. And if you stay with it, you're gonna get good results. That's the one thing that I know is that everybody I know that has practiced the Mucusless Diet Healing System has gotten great results because they stayed on it and they stayed true to it. And Eric, Eric's his knowledge about physiologies being different, but yet so alike.
hmm
And so for him to tell you, yeah, you're gonna check this out. Okay, for this, you might want to slow down with this. You might want to try this. You know what I mean? It's just masterful,
hmm
masterful, man. His writings in the time that he was writing, and that he was really paying attention, and he was super serious,
Yeah. Yep.
super serious about. Um, I would like to think we're that serious, but
hmm
I think, I mean, I have a hard time. I mean, sometimes we laugh. I don't think Arnold Eric ever laughed.
Right.
I think he was super
He
serious.
was so serious, yeah.
Yeah,
Like he just stood there.
I think he was like one of them stone hard cats, man, and just kind of like Vic.
Yeah, yeah.
It was hard to get him to laugh. He would, and but he was he was one of the Vic was one of those guys, man, that would say something that would make other people kind of, huh? Like what is it? But he thought it was just regular to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
these
yeah.
things. Like
Right.
it
Exactly.
just made sense to say what I just said. Like,
Right.
and that's the way I think Eric was. I think Eric was one of those cats that they kind of had that kind of ability to just state the truth right in your face, like,
Hmm.
you know, yeah. So, and I think he would be happy with what you're doing with mucus-free life. I think he would be happy. Um, yeah, I think he would be happy with it, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just trying to say we do our part, and you know, stay on our post, do what we can do, because this is like I said, we've been real consistent with that. 20 years straight, just very consistent
But
with
we've
just
been living it, man. We've been
yeah.
living this, and um, we've been living it, and we've been very serious about the practice of the Mucusless Diet Healing System. We haven't did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We stayed on this thing,
Hmm.
and we've extended it.
Yeah.
Eric didn't do the kind of fasting that I was doing. That was something I wanted to do. I wanted to explore there
Right.
because it hadn't been done. Not over in our realm, of a practitioners of the mucusless diet. I wanted to see just what this was. Like, okay, like Eric said there was no such thing as protein. Well, let's prove it. Let's prove it. Undoubtedly. Because if there's protein, then I can't go a year without any protein.
Right.
Somewhere it's got to, it's a year now. We ain't talking, it's funny. Reese hit me up and said, "Man, I know I'm gonna learn how to keep my mouth shut, when I make predictions about what I want to do, because he was talking about eating just fruit till his birthday or something, I think it was. And I don't think he could. Well, I don't think he was just in a situation where he needed to eat some other stuff.
Hmm.
That's fine. But
Well, yeah, and that's something I learned. I learned real early on, where I just don't talk about what I'm doing, unless
yeah,
there's like an educational reason that I'm explaining something, or like kind of to help somebody else. It's like I don't feel the need to go be like here, this is what I'm doing, or like get this pat on the
and,
back or something. It's just like I'm just focused on what I'm doing, and that's private and personal, and
and I'm
you
the
know.
complete opposite because I feel like I have to act as master motivator.
Mm,
I gotta motivate folks. I gotta like, come on, y'all, come on. I mean, let's go. Let's
yeah.
And so what I was thinking about what Reese said, opening his mouth saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," is when I got on the meetup and said that I was gonna fast for to next air day.
Hmm.
I was like, damn. I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot to say. because I started thinking about it after about a week or so. I was like, because you kind of look out from where you at,
Mm.
and I got to go like 11 months and 3 weeks, or you know what I mean? It was like, damn, I got 11 months to do. I was like, man. I kept, I was like, man, I sure am gonna keep my mouth shut.
Right, because once you put it out there, and
And I could have did like Reese. I could have just said, "Hey, I can't do it," and and that would have been the end of it. When nobody would have thought the
no,
worst of me or anything.
no.
But
Well, it's almost like this dynamic where and where you use that for, it's like that's motivating other people, but that in turn is motivating you
right,
to
right,
like
exactly,
to push further and harder, and and you get that vibe going,
exactly, exactly.
and
Exactly.
yeah.
It did. And that's what it did,
Hmm.
man. I looked around and I remember 9 months I had done it. I was like 9 months into the fast. I was like, wow, it's 9 months. I was like, yeah, okay, and I mean at that time I was feeling no pain. It was like,
Right.
we can keep this going. Uh well, shit, I kept it going. Because remember, I had to go an extra week or so because we ended
Hmm.
up doing the
Every
weekend
day.
the following week.
Right.
So, so yeah, man, it works. It works in reverse for me. I do get motivated like that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm
Right.
gonna
I'm gonna do
hold
this
my
and then,
breath. I'm gonna hold my
yeah.
breath. Yeah,
Right.
hold my breath for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I like talking about it after I already did it. Where
Right, right, right,
I
right,
just got
right,
done with it. It's like, yeah, I just be
right,
like, I just did a few months fast, be like,
right,
what?
right,
Like, I didn't know you were fasting. Like, yeah, it's no big
right.
deal.
See, and that's
And,
another thing too, is when people don't know that you're fasting. Why is that? Because when you're doing these kind of fasts, you're supposed to lose some significant weight. Why is that not happening?
mm,
I mean, the last month and a half, I guess, into that year, I was kind of thin. I was like, okay, now but I didn't get to the point where I was looking crazy,
right. No.
but I mean, hell, I haven't eaten
And
in
you and it's and yeah, and people get so in, and you're like sturdy, I mean, you're still strong, still, and if not stronger, and
yeah,
people,
that's emphasis, stronger.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's key. That's key, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. I just found these other pictures. This was, remember that Victory of Light thing.
victory of
Uh,
life.
remember at the Sharonville
Oh yeah,
Convention
yeah, yeah,
Center.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We were, yeah, that was a
yeah.
scene. That was the first time we had kind of brought out did the poster presentation, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah,
brought
yeah.
it all. Well, I guess maybe we did it before at our own thing, but this is the first time we
Yeah, I
took
remember
in
that.
public.
What the little harp lady playing
Was across from us. Yeah, I mean, it was
the
the
harp. Yeah,
whole, yeah, because it was
yeah.
basically like kind of a new age spirituality
Right,
type
right.
of
Well, the guy
convention.
came. The guy came to our show, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Now I
Or
remember.
so,
Yeah,
yeah, like somehow, yeah, he had seen us and he was like, man, y'all need to come. I put on these events. I really want you guys to come if you can. And yeah, here's
'cause
the,
he did the Immortal Pipeline, right?
yeah.
Him and, another guy. Yeah.
And see, here's the consent. So this is like 2005 or something. And so this is what the table looked like. So we had, you know, the Arnold Ehret
Oh
kind
yeah.
of little bio and that kind of stuff. Then down here, this is basically this picture of the, you know, it's like the same picture printed out of
Oh
the
yeah.
of
Yeah.
the mucoid plaque, because we had just have I mean I almost just went, I traveled with these. I was everywhere with these pictures. I just waiting for
Yeah.
opportunity to shove that
Yeah.
in somebody's face just to, you know, just like
People would come by, you know, anytime we do anything like this, people just come by and have this like cringe on their face.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They just have this cringe and
yeah.
they're just looking and they get this
They're like,
cringe like
yeah,
it's like this is what's inside you, sister. This is what's inside you, bro. And you're like it's almost like they don't want to go there. Like
yeah. That's like just literally not ready.
we
You
don't
know,
want
not
we want to talk about health, but we just don't want to really talk about
yeah. Because
how,
if you,
how
yeah, it's like because all these people talking about health. If you're not talking about this, you're
right.
not talking about this slime and this pus and this residue, then you ain't talking about health. You know, you might be talking about something else, but it ain't health.
No.
Yeah, the got mucus, the got mucus days, music for healing and meditation. We was try to do the, you know, so the boy, I had the breath area ensemble letterhead going. That's
Oh
slick.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The brochures, man. Forgot about the
Yeah. Yeah.
brochure, the
We,
brochure
we,
era.
we was always trying to be a little organized,
Yeah, yeah, right.
you know. We was always trying to be a little organized, and you know.
Yeah, I wonder does Zanif still have does he still have this? He loved that little whatever that stone was that he got.
Oh yeah, was that the? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Where? Oh yeah, yeah. He got that up there. Right. Right.
That
Yeah.
just show he all his
Boy,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
how
It
old
was
was he
some
then? He was what, about 11, maybe?
yeah, yeah, 11, 10,
Yeah.
11,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, be on where be like, hey, where's all his Bigo buddies? We're showing your baby pictures to the world.
Negro. Don't even mention that app, man. That's like you say Bigo and then all of a sudden this blows up or something. It's like, well, that's
Walking around. I just had my books in a bag, just showing them off. The Children of the
yeah,
Sun, and probably
yeah, yeah,
Hotima is probably up under there somewhere.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Tissue cleansing through bowel management. You know, now. All right, so so this is what it's so you know this will let you know if you get serious when you got books that got the brown spots on the book.
Yeah,
When your book got the brown spots on it,
yeah,
you doing
yeah,
some work.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and I can't believe I brought the thing out in public, but I didn't care. That was the thing, you know. And I'm still pretty much like that. But yeah, they got the brown spot book because you know sometimes that happens. You
yeah.
probably ought to clean it off. Not sure why I didn't clean that off, but hey, you know it was like part of the.
Oh
I
man,
think I finally got me a new
you
book.
like that's your
Like
book.
several,
That's your
yeah,
book
that's my
right
book. Yeah,
there.
several years ago, and yeah, and I had it was a few. Well, I mean, the over there at the end, you see the Cure for Human Illness book. Same thing. It's like got the same stains on the cover.
Well, you know,
But
what do you say?
yeah, that was that was the
Memory.
memory. Yeah. Oh, here's that.
You
Yeah,
know.
the vibe inside that. Yeah, Sharonville. This was actually the room we had our senior prom in when I was in High school was in here.
Oh,
Of course,
really?
it was all decorated, and it had all
Oh,
was
okay.
it didn't look like this, it was because it was dark in there, and they had it all gussied up. But yeah, we had it at Sharonville Convention Center in this room. I think it was this room. Yeah,
Wow.
here's
Okay.
this dude that was really trying to be really trying to be resistant. You get these guys that just really like he's not ready for this information, but he's compelled to argue with us about it. Like, well, I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
that you're right, and
Yeah. Yeah.
what I
Just
what,
yeah.
what I think is
Put a stone on. He was into like stone,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Go sit up under a stone and pass a few stones. I guess I don't know
yeah,
what
just
what these cats was doing.
yeah. We
But
got
but,
the
but
enema bags out. Yeah, we just got
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Oh, we
enema
was pushing
bags
them.
since we'd always had
We
those ones.
was pushing the bags, man. As
Yeah,
far as we wasn't saying buy them. We was just saying do them.
right.
It was like, man, you know about this, about people were just like, this is what you need to be hearing about. And I just came from a wellness fest this afternoon, so that's why I was kind of late getting here, getting that little sound check going because it was a wellness fest. Kroger's had what they call a wellness fest going on downtown Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Three about 3 blocks. I think it was about 3 blocks. And man, wasn't nothing they was talking about. Just exercise. Like I say, if Kroger's gonna put something on, they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna have anything that's gonna tell you to stop eating Pringles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. They're not gonna.
So it was more of the some exercise stuff. Met the people with the juice company. Um, it was nothing, nowhere near the level of depth in terms of the practice of the Mucusless diet. It wasn't nothing like that. So folks are like, man, you should be down here. You know, we go sign up for something like that, and they'll put us at the last booth behind the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna show. So now we get into this. There's the old school memes. Most of these nobody even saw. I've been doing memes since
Oh
memes
yeah,
started,
yeah,
and I pretty much I have memes like really for every era of meme. I got stuff that fit that era because like you don't see these anymore. But once upon a time, these pictures, it was like you would put your text over these pictures, and it was like these handful of pictures that would be. Why do people avoid the transition? I just made up all these. Then I'm gonna take it way back. So this is actually the Brother Air Facebook that I created for Brother Air before he got online before he got on Facebook. I basically created this, and it was sort of my idea of the Brother Air character. and I
right,
would play. I'd have everything that I didn't want to post on the Professor Spira. I posted over here, just anything kind of hardcore. And the first viral thing that I created, most people don't even know I made this, but I created this meme: soul food killing black folks since 1620. And this went viral. So you see here, this has had 1.3 thousand shares. But what happened was people would just download it. You see how old this was. ArnoldEric.us and BreathAirMusic.com was what I put on it before Mucus-free-life.com. So they would download it and then crop out the website, and then they was just posting it up, or they would put their website on it and post it up like they made it,
right,
but I was kind of like, yeah, I was just proud of that because I was like, all right, this is my first viral thing that I made that really went out to like hundreds of thousands of different places. This I thought this was the soul food killed more black people than the Ku Klux Klan. That's pot. That's classic. Just a big bucket of intestines there, pig
Mm.
intestines, the chitlins, getting ready for
Yeah.
chitlin. You got the old brother air. There's nothing more important in your health than they know not what they eat.
Mm.
Who remembers her? That I ain't nobody got time for that woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said I have because she said they said I have bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's like, yeah, we got a a cure for your bronchitis over here. And but yeah, this was that was kind of a big part of my thing just back in the day, was thinking of ways to just creative ways to get people talking about the Mucusless diet,
Mm-hmm.
and just get people like, and to almost force people to look at it where they just be mad about what they're looking at, like, and then just, or feel left out, or feel like, man, this is something I should probably know about this.
Keep
And
talking. I'll be right back.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I just this little pictures, guys. I really, really need an enema. That's just the face he's making there. It's like, need an enema. And I was always doing the quotes. Look at the juice of a ripe blackberry, black cherry, or black grapes. Doesn't it almost resemble your blood? Yeah. Yeah, these are the old school memes. Oh, and this was way before this. When did I post this? This was, it was 2018. I thought, well, I made this. I thought a long ago, longer ago, or somebody made it. Or maybe did I? Nah, maybe this was I don't know. Did Q make this? I don't remember. But yeah, a toast to death. What else do we got? I was about to, but but yeah. Oh, loaded bow. Yeah, KFC. Truth happens. Oh, this was what I was gonna. After reading Arnold Ehret's Mucusless Diet Healing System and Rational Fasting for physical, mental, and spiritual rejuvenation, my entire concept of life was transformed. So to get my before and after in there, and while I'm talking about that, I will take a moment to invite everybody to sign up for a free 15-minute coaching call with one of our mucus-free coaches. If you've had questions about what you're doing, or what type of food you're supposed to be eating, or should you not be doing some kind of enemas, or you're interested in the herbal stomach and bowel formula that Aaron made, or cleanse in general, fasting, or want some support, or just to plug in with us, I encourage you to sign up. This is actually the first time we're doing this, and it is limited availability, limited time. So this is something that you can take advantage of, as we're trying to really plug in and touch as many people as we can, and create those support systems. We have the coaching program, and we'll tell you a little bit about that in during the call if that's something you're interested in. But that became my mission, where I created Mucusless Diet Healing System e-course. Well, first started off with the books. I had the annotated Mucusless Diet Healing System, Spira Speaks, the some of the other books that were out of print that we put out, the Thus Speak of the Stomach, the Definite Cure of Chronic Constipation. Now we got Physical Fitness out. Then put together the Mucusless Diet Healing System e-course, which was to take everything to the next level in terms of education, giving people the information that they need to thrive on this system and really understand it. Because there's all the time I would talk to people who would have read the book, and be like, well, I read the book, but then I would hear them saying things that thought, you you might have read the book, but you didn't really understand the book. You didn't really absorb the information that was in there. And so I was like, okay, annotated mucus diet, e-course, and that helped a whole lot of people. What's the next step? The next step is to create the coaching program that people can plug into on a different level. And that's so that whole dynamic. So if you're interested in that, plugging in or consultations, that's another thing that's available now for a limited period of time. If you want to hear more about that, if you just want to get some insight, some feedback about what you're doing with your practice, click the link or go to mucusfreelife.com/free-coaching. And, we're going to really spread this information. And like we were saying, you got to be prepared to invest in yourself, in time, invest is because it's not going to happen otherwise. This is not the kind of thing that you can just sit around and just you can't throw money at it. You have to really do the work if you want the results. And but it sure helps a lot when you have support, the support system, you have the folks.
It's no better investment than yourself.
Yeah.
It's just no better investment than yourself. Throw the money at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, if you're looking for something to spend on, and then it comes, when you throw it at you, it comes back tenfold. You dig?
Right.
It comes back tenfold. So yeah, man. It's be that revolutionary that you really want to be. Everybody want to be revolutionary. I want to do something. I want to liberate myself. I want to be want to be a little different. I want to be, some folks are a little it's fear. I mean, that fear is how the zombie creates. Is that fear? They get you so afraid of just everything.
Yeah.
So once they got you there, it's hard. Here we come talking about taking a hot water bottle and putting a little water up your butt. Oh no.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But then they talk about putting a tube all the way in your intestines to do a scope to see what's up there.
Yeah.
Now, think about it. In most cases, the way that we know you people eat, and you put a scope up there, you should see nothing but I mean the information that comes from that should be all bad. But it's not sometimes. All right, you're doing good, Mr. Goki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to stay, keep your cholesterol down and
Exercise a little more and you're good.
A little more and
cut back on the salt just a little.
So you see what I'm saying? Every one of those scopes that they, colostomies or whatever it is, that the scopes that they go up in your intestines, look around, and what are they seeing? We know what they're seeing because we know what you're eating. But then when they tell you that you're not in trouble, Then
Yeah.
every now
Well,
and then,
I mean, that's where it's like, man, they don't have a clue because they're seeing all this slime, the black tar stuff up in there, and they see all that, and
all of it.
because I made a video about it. I mean, that's one of the the biggest videos on my channel is when I'm analyzing somebody looking up in colonoscopy, the colonoscopy video. Y'all can find that, and you can see the black tar mucoid plaque slime stuff all around the outside because they used a real harsh purgative to get this to get out just enough so that they could put the camera in the first place, and a very harsh unhealthy purgative, and then that still doesn't clean everything out, and there's all kinds of grime and slime and stuff everywhere. And like you said, if they don't see cancerous tissue, then they're like, oh, everything's good job, or polyps or whatever. If they don't see anything like that, then they're not looking at that slime like that's a problem, because everybody's got it. All the people that they look at have that. And
And the polyps are the least of your worries. You see what I'm saying? Not with them. They find them as to be the problem.
yeah.
But that other stuff in there is the problem. They go past that like that's not even there. Oh man,
Right.
Thanksgiving dinner from 10 years ago. Oh no, that's cool. It's all right. But a polyp, oh, there's a little bump. Oh my God. Oh my. So then they start there. Once they catch a little polyp, next thing you know, you're dead. You're dead.
Right.
These are
Yeah.
these are some
Yeah. I mean,
wicked, these are some wicked vampires. Wicked.
yeah. Yeah. I
You're
mean,
dead. You're
it,
dead. No, you're dead. Okay, you're dead. There's nothing I can do, Doc. No, nothing you can do. What
mm-hmm.
about if I just eat apples and no?
No, they don't have because hospital they don't have apples, and they got they
So they got mad at that person that blamed them for an apple a day.
right. Yeah,
He
they
took all the apples out. Don't you
and
ever say that.
let's see. And Angela's asking. So if you're asking about the coaching program, so I encourage you go ahead and sign up for that 15-minute call, and they'll lay it all out because there's actually a lot in there. I mean, it's not just like we get together a couple times and it's like, man, it's an intense program that I put a lot of time into putting together, and it's the most access that you can get to me and those of us that's really been doing this for a long time. And so it's an eight-week program, and we get together. Like there's a main, like once a week we get together, a group coaching call. Then there's the private. We have our own little Facebook. Let's not Facebook, our own social media platform. You get a chance to be on there with us. Because that was something that I was really I wanted to avoid just creating another Facebook group. I wanted our own thing. And so we created that. There's a bunch of bonuses as far as just different videos and masterclass videos on, the done for you mucus-free menu planning templates is actually something that is kind of worth the price of admission, because that's at 8 weeks of very detailed menu planning that's based on what we do, like exactly what we do. So it's not like this thing where it's like, well, what am I supposed to eat, or what it's like, or people always ask me for the recipe book and that kind of stuff. It's like, well, this is that. Like, this is the recipes, but done in a way that's actually actionable that you can use immediately. And and I know I've not talked a whole lot about it on the details of it in these videos. If you've been to one of the webinars that I'd put on, and we had the program going, then you might have heard a little bit about it. But but the program doesn't run year round. It's like we just do it at certain points throughout the year when we feel it's time to do it. And so this is going to be the last session for the year that we're getting a few people for right now. So, but yeah, but definitely encourage you, do the 15-minute call, and we'll give you all the details on the coaching program, most definitely. And yeah, and that's it's the trying to create the game changers, man, because that accountability situation is vital to everybody's success. And we have one version of it. You have the weekly Wednesday groups, get-togethers, and but it's
The
like we
meetup,
need more
man,
than that. The meetup.
man,
You know.
they go at it on there, boy. As far as just mixing it up and talk about just about anything. It all comes around to the mucusless diet, and everybody is wanting to know what everybody's doing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, how is
Yeah.
that transition going? What are you doing might be a little different, and it's it's cool, man. It's a good.
Yeah, and we got some. I guess I can't say there's something special, another special fun thing that is going to be coming to the community by a community member that they're going to be inspired to put together. That's going to be something for people to just get involved in and deepen their understanding and study of the Mucusless Diet Healing System. And but that's the kind of stuff. It's like we've always just been real consistent and not about the big like kind of big flashy, because there's been so many groups that I've seen over the years that they get real popular real quick and then they disappear, and it's like, where'd they go?
Right.
What was that? Like, where'd they, like, who they, I mean, some of the guys that was the top most
Yeah.
popular, most sought after people, the raw food people, gurus, and some of these guys from like 10 years ago, you don't see them nowhere now. It's like, where are they at? What happened? And so we've just tried to create a situation of just slowly building the community of people that really that do it long enough to see first if they're going to stick with it, they're going to get it, to understand, because
Yeah,
that can be a
the meetup
challenge.
is how old now?
I actually don't know. I mean, it might be was it 3 or 4
Maybe three
years
years.
old?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
somewhere
thinking
around
like
there.
maybe
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because it would have been after 2018. It probably was into, it might have been started 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
Probably like I would say maybe the fall of 2018, if I was just to
Yeah.
guess, or the winter or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, man. People are on there from everywhere. From everywhere. I mean, literally. So you get these perspectives of how people in Australia practice, how people in the UK practice, how people in Colombia practice, how just how they're thinking about the information. We all have the same information. It's interpreted a little different.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The way they interpret it for themselves. And the meetup kind of brings it all together where they can get some understanding. And me and Spira go to it occasionally. People
Mm-hmm.
people be surprised, man, you're on your meetup. You be like,
Yeah, well, you're there almost every week.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. I kind of, because you're not, so I kind of feel like obligated to kind of represent. But um, yeah, I might miss a week and then I'll be there, and then I might miss another week, then I'll be there the next week, and whatever. But
mm.
it's I enjoy
We have
it.
and seeing there's so many things that go on behind the scenes that people don't know about. I mean, we got the research and development team, and that's one of the reasons sometimes Wednesdays, because if we have a long meeting,
Oh
we'll
yeah,
have like a 4 hour long meeting,
yeah, yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like done. I'm like, all right, I'm
yeah,
done with talking for today.
yeah,
And so there's a lot of things are aligning. A lot of it's just it's a period in time now where like we said, we just came out of this very weird, sad period, a disappointing period, disappointed in humanity, and just how
Oh
so
man.
many people really dropped the ball when it came to what we just went through. And
Well,
they're
I thought people were gonna be a little bit more adversarial. Uh,
yeah, something like
yeah, because just because we know our government lies to us. That's what I thought. I thought
mm-hmm,
kind of I was all on the same page there.
right.
No, no, our government doesn't lie to us. Our government tells us the truth. So follow along with what they say do. And that was just shocking, man.
Yeah.
So that kind of let me know that most of the people around us, your neighbors, your neighbors, um, all the citizens are pretty much stupid. Let's just call it what it is. A bunch of stupidity, zombies. So that's why I took the attitude of you know, just leave me alone, man. I just deal with you when I gotta deal with you. Other than that, I'm not socializing. I'm not being nice. I'm not being gracious. I'm just gonna deal with you as short as I can be. And oh brother Air, you should treat everybody. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But I'm not taking no time with none of them. You know, see somebody needs breath to breath, mouth to mouth. You got to find another mouth. 'Cause I'm not the one. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reality that people that's just around the corner for everybody. This is what they want. This is the carnivore lifestyle that people talking about. They're carnivores.
Hmm.
Mm. It's like, okay.
They think this is a game, man. They think this is a game. You know, they think this is a game, and they don't think they're gonna have to put it together and really have to defend their spaces. They're free. They're so-called free spaces. They don't think they're gonna. They think that they're gonna be very comfortable and secure and safe in their little townhouse or the little condos. Okay, all righty. So, like I say, I can't stomach them. I just can't even stomach being around you. talking about the music, all of it. I don't. The musicians are just. Ugh. I don't even want to be around the musicians, man. Because they're part of the whole. You know, they're the citizens too, and they fell for. They showed me through the scamdemic. You know, this was the time. This was the time to be writing the music, the time to be performing the music that would counteract all the no. You know, don't worry, be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what they were writing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, musicians, stay on to yourself too. Leave me alone.
Because this is what we're saying. It's like you were around people that rationalize this, that rationalize the mass, trying to say, oh, well, we used to hunt and this and that. And that. Well, then do that. But don't use weapons or use your canine teeth and go hunt all the animals you want. Go jump on their back, sink your teeth into
Yeah,
them, and
yeah,
then eat it
yeah. Fight
raw.
them one on one. Fight them one on one.
Fight them one on one. Don't use no bow and arrow and
Yeah,
gun and
don't have the upper
spear.
hand. Don't have the upper hand.
Use your dangerous claws that you have since you're a carnivore. Use those dangerous claws. You got these dangerous canine teeth that are just slice through everything. And so do that. Like, I mean, you probably people couldn't even you couldn't even kill a pig, man. Jump on its back, try to sink your teeth into the throat of a pig, man. You can't even. But this is okay, to have
Yeah.
these just the filthiest, most degenerate people in the society out here just enjoy putting their foot on the boot of a dying animal.
Oh man.
That's fun.
Wow.
That's good. Just living in the feces and the filth and the blood and and I hope this don't get the video. They keep on trying to find reasons to try to like demonetize the videos and stuff. But I mean, this isn't video. This is just the images. But it's like this is what they censor. This is what they want censored. This is what people want censored because they don't want to see it. They don't want to know their Chick-fil-A and their where their McDonald's comes from and their
Wow.
their fish and their all that stuff. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see the Undertaker over here, just
Right.
Jason Voorhees, going through and just because that's a fair fight here. You got this cow that's being held in place, and guy comes through with those gun things to the dome, and all day, every day, all over the place. The unimaginable horror and pain and suffering.
How long do you think it took them to think of that method of killing?
Right. Yeah. I mean, some of these, these instruments of death, the death culture artifacts,
Mm. Yeah.
laying it. And so this is
We're
there's somebody.
We're going to start building the death culture museum.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's most museums that exist already. Death culture museums, the World War II museum.
I think we need to build one ourselves.
Well, we need to build ours. Yeah.
We need to build ours, and it can be really accurate.
But let me ask the carnivores. So how healthy is that? So you mean to tell me you got an animal that hasn't really walked a whole lot in its life, that's just living in feces, and this would be considered probably free range. You don't know what they'll put anything on the cover. They have a happy cow face mascot on the cover, but this is the reality. And I'm just sick of people not knowing it. And ignoring it. I hate that. Like there's not this ignorance is something that just really bothers me. It's like it's one thing if you know this and you then make an informed decision, like, you know what, I know that, but I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Then okay, fine. But like just to not know this, to not know where your food comes from, if you call this food and you deal with this stuff, you know.
People don't care. People don't care where their food comes from, just as long as it gets to their plate and they can put it in their mouth and it's so good eating. They don't care. They
They
don't care
create
what.
all the rationalization, all
Yeah,
these. I'm so sick of hearing all that stories that people tell and this and their protein theory and their that. And I've been watching more recently. I've been hitting the gym kind of hard these past few weeks, just kind of getting into that mode. Because I mean, what's interesting, like so 20 years in, I'm stronger. It just in terms of just like shape, in terms of like if I'm doing working out or something like that, I'm way stronger today than I was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, or 10 years ago. There's stuff I do today I couldn't do back then. But so I've been watching these videos, and there was these guys. It's like, and the one guy was talking about. I mean, he looks, like the sort of the picture of perfection of the pus and mucus based world. Like this is how most people want to look, but people miss his story because he's talking about how even though he had looked real good, he had some kind of chronic hemorrhoids that was like, I mean, you talking about a dude that's like in his early 20s or something, just crazy. Which of course that was what I had. I had pretty bad hemorrhoids at least a couple times a week. I had the hemorrhoid thing, and you can't sit, and but he was talking about his thing, and then but then it was like there's such a disconnect between, okay, so there's that, but it's like, okay, it's cool that you can lift a lot of weight and that you aesthetically look in the way that everybody wants people to look, but you haven't dealt with that colon issue there, buddy. So you can look great. There's all types of people. We had the actor that we were just talking about, him that had passed away of the colon cancer, Bozeman, and and there's a bunch of people we could bring up of that look the way they say you're supposed to look, with all the muscles and this and and all that, kind of being skinny or built or whatever, and they're not here, and they suffer chronic illnesses.
Did we say at the beginning of the program who we were talking about, who had passed? I don't know if we ever said it. The
I don't know
people.
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
It was Pharaoh Sanders.
Yeah,
But
Pharaoh
I don't know.
Sanders. Yeah.
I don't know if we ever mentioned his name.
No,
We just
I brought up some pictures, and then I
oh,
didn't show them because we had got off. We were kind of into
okay. So,
different discussion by that point. But yeah, Pharaoh Sanders, yeah,
and if
is
you don't
sort
know
of
who
on his
Pharaoh
way right now.
Sanders is, then like I said, you're missing something in the 20th and 21st century that you should know something about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
that,
because Pharaoh Sanders. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. If you don't know who he is, you go find out.
we'll
Go listen
find
to his
out.
music. But this is when you start talking about, like, this is the kind of music when we start talking about music that can help you remove obstruction from your body, mind,
Yeah,
and spirit. And folks were kind of interested in, like, well, what do you mean by that? What's going on? So go listen to Pharaoh Sanders music,
yeah.
and that is some of
Karma,
the,
karma.
yeah, go check out Karma, the album Karma.
Yeah.
Karma
Start
created
there.
as a
Start there.
master
Then
plan.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Start there, and then
Hmm.
but yeah,
But these are the guys that are that are checking out,
that's
and
our heroes. Those are our heroes
yeah, these are our heroes, and
that we
yep.
look at as you know.
It's like the modern day sages,
Yeah,
that type of, like these are our the guys that we really respect and try to plug into. It's like I could care. It's because it's like just so many people. The average person. I was watching some Facebook thing, and it's this guy that's he's interviewing people on how much their outfit cost and having people go through their whole. I don't know if you saw one of those. They're going through and they're like, and those people can't wait to tell. Like, okay, so these earrings, these a cool 20K right here, and this is a real diamond gold chain right here. This just about 40K. That's it. It's 40K. Then I got that Louis Vuitton bag. That's only 50K. And what's funny, this guy gets like, okay, can I check? He got out this diamond tester to test to see, is like, can I test to see if it's real? And then sometimes it is real, but then sometimes it's not. And then and the people's like, man, something's wrong with your tester. That's try it again, and it'd be like, boop, boop, boop. Nope, not real, and you know, but it's like,
and
but
then they pay 40K for it, huh?
yeah, where
Yeah,
they,
no,
but
that's stupid.
just
Yo,
when I
like
watch
I
something
say,
like that,
stupid people.
but just to see how normal that is, that's the normality, that's the where the value system is, where it's like,
Yeah,
and that's what we're talking about. Is very, it's like like people would say, how do you, it's like trying to explain algebra to a cockroach. It's like,
yeah,
how you can't do, how can you be like, all right, you try to corral it and say, okay, here, a equals 2. It's, you can't, it doesn't understand what the hell you're saying.
right, right.
And that's the reality. It's like, you just look at that and it's like, man, that's like a foreign, I mean, that's more than just a foreign country. That's like a foreign, but they're up the street. But it's like, if it's like a foreign planet,
Plan,
and
yeah,
that's how disconnected you get from all of that. Because that's what you're taught to respect. You're not taught to respect and know anything about Pharoah Sanders and John Coltrane and the legacy of the ancient legacy of
right.
real music that has the capacity to change your life, to
To
change your
remind
consciousness,
to remind you of who you are.
to remind you of who you are, those vibrations that go all the way back to the origin of your bloodline.
Yes.
That's not what,
Yeah.
that's not what's cool and hip. And it's
No,
like,
no.
nah,
Jay Z and Jay Z and them ain't focusing on that.
no, it's all about, the 40K chain and some kind of shoes and some pants or whatever, and and like, or
Don't even start, man. I mean, that's just stupidity to the highest level. It's just like I say, I tried to
because the
give
question, because my question is like, just
a little. I tried to give the rappers a little. Say, you don't like rap, brother, or you don't like art. I tried to go through the eras, and I was there, in New York when they was having the little parties uh, in the Bronx and stuff, man, and I would try to listen to the stuff on the turntables, but nothing never captured me like actual real people just sitting down, counting the music off and playing.
Yeah.
Just nothing never replaced that. And um, you know what really did a disservice to, man, and we I don't know if people talk about I is the self producer, the
Mm.
person who could get in the studio and do everything.
Yeah.
When you do everything, you don't need nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that group dynamic that is taken away. And nothing sounds better than a bass player with his unique sound, a drummer with his unique sound, a guitar player with his unique sound, a piano player with his unique sound, a singer with her unique sound or his unique sound. Nothing replaces that. But here is the producer who can do everything. And so you have this homogenized, produced music that's kind of like one after the other. It's all the same stuff. It's all it all sounds the same. It all I mean, they're using the same machines on each instrument, but it's all self-produced. One person did it, and all of a sudden they become geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
So we call them geniuses now, instead of the bands like the Tower of Power bands and groups like that really worked on their sound. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, the Crusaders, um, the Latin music, from the Latin orchestras to Mongo Santa Maria. These individuals who had bands that had unique sounds, and but we got into the self-produced people, and we, like I say, once again, we went for the head fake and went to sleep, and
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I mean, anything that
sleep.
has to do with freedom and liberation, that level of education and liberation education. That's all. People are steered away from that. By way of the value systems, by way of, I mean, people literally warning people, don't get into that.
Make a man,
don't mess with that.
make a man look like a woman,
Uh-oh.
and they become our hero.
Mm.
This is what we want to produce out of the community: more of these androgynous looking men that look finer than the women as artists. Come on, man. Don't go for that. Don't be that naive and that stupid. People buy into that. They buy into to all that. You know. But that's what you get, man. When
Well,
you
but it's
ask to be a
also.
zombie. They're asking to be zombies. They're being recruited. They're standing in the line of the zombie line to
Mhm.
pick me. I want to be a zombie. Pat me on the back. I'll do I'll do I'll do zombie flips. I'll be the best zombie that you ever produced. You can give me awards and everything. I'll be the best zombie that you ever produced. You can give me awards. You can write me up in books for hundreds of years. I'm the best zombie you ever produced. waiting in the wings, man. It's sad, man. Sad. Just give me some kibbles and bits, and I'll perform.
Yeah. I mean, once we saw the musicians getting on stage with the face masks on,
Oh
it
yeah.
was that was it. I
I
mean,
mean,
that
even
was
the
what really
creative
did
music,
it.
even the creative music
Yeah.
has such a bitter taste because nobody's living the life. No, this music was these cats were like revolutionaries, man. Could you imagine what Charlie Parker and Dizzy and them was doing, man, in the late 40s?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, man, they was writing music that was so like, what is this? You know, and walking in places where they supposed to go to the back door, they was walking in the front door. Like, nah, we're not doing that. And because of the art and the music was so strong, they were allowed to.
Yeah. Right.
Now you're putting on masks. Come on, man. You know, going back. All these strides that the artist has made, and you going backward. I'm gonna put on a mask. Matter of fact, I want my piano 6 feet away from the drummer. You know.
Right. Yeah. Here, here's these the face mask era.
Yeah, that's just
I
stupid.
mean,
Playing a trumpet would do it. I mean, come on.
I mean, you would think this is like a joke and Saturday Night Live skit or something. Like everybody's just kind of doing this because it's funny. No, this was people were doing this.
Oh
Like
man,
they thought they were helping. What in the world? He's singing. Face mask for safe singing.
oh, okay.
See, my mission. See, people they get mad as I still be posting about this stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it's over. Let it go." It's like, no, we ain't y'all ain't never letting this go because everybody just went along with this, no resistance, real just couldn't be happier to fall in line. It's like, nah, you got to put up with this for the rest of your life as long as I'm around. We ain't forgetting this. How like you said, how stupid you were.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only word I
This,
could use is
I
stupid.
mean, this is just. It's just. I mean, it's scary to us looking at this because all we see is slavery. So, I mean, this is just beating down people that are either some of them are actually scared, they're in fear, or ones that might not be scared of getting something, but they're just obedient. They're just obedient and do what everybody else is doing. Street musicians, there you go, street musicians. Gotta social distance and be safe. Be safe. And that's
Well, at
sad.
least down the street we can drive up on the curb, boom. You know, get
Well,
we'll take care of the street musicians. Leave them to us. You know.
yes, I mean this is just a sad. I encourage people just to really take time every day to think, man. That's one thing people don't promote, so I'll promote that
Do
because
something
everybody.
every day. Do something every day adversarial to something else.
Well,
Now that's what I'm saying. Just
that's
make a
that's
make a
that's
make a
your thing.
make a practice. of doing something that's kind of anti the establishment. Like,
well, all you had to do, just every day share a mucus-free life video, share one of our
well, do
videos
that.
or posts.
Whatever. Do
That's
that.
enough. That
Do
is
that.
that is
Do that.
that'll get you that requirement, because
Oh no, we can't do that. But we would be. Oh my. Oh no.
my family would see the post. They
Yeah,
wouldn't like it.
and maybe my boss would see it.
Right.
A
Yeah.
boss? What you doing with a boss? A boss. I got a boss. That don't even
Yes,
sound
sir.
cool,
Yes, sir,
too.
boss. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a boss. I got to report to somebody. I got to get in here. I got to get in here. I got to go back. I gotta get back from lunch. I gotta go. Man, come
I gotta go put on my adult diaper in case I have to pee during this shift. I can't make it.
Oh man, don't say something too funny, because I'll squirt out a little.
Yeah.
That was just so funny, man. I just couldn't.
Well, the good news there, I guess, is I probably ain't really allowed to talk. You
Well,
were
no,
allowed to really, you
no,
know.
no. I guess I don't know, man. Those are
Yeah.
the worlds that we will never know.
Right.
Those corporate worlds, man. It's like a slow death, you know.
Right.
You dig? So
Yeah. Yeah.
did we cover? Did we did or are you happy, man? You 20 years in, you a happy camper?
Yeah.
You got here.
Ready. Yeah, ready for the 20. Well, I guess we ought to, celebrate your 40th year when my 20th. Because it's pretty
Yeah,
much I don't know what month you started practicing the diet, but I think you started in 82.
yeah. I
And
can't.
so
Man. I'm,
this
I'm
is your
I'm not that I'm not. Boy, I can't remember. Uh,
I know originally you said 80, but then later on when you thought about it and you had talked about it in more detail,
well,
you would
yeah, it
say
was.
82. Because
Yeah,
that's when I
82.
was
Yeah,
you start
82.
literally started practicing the diet when I was born.
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Because I mean, I was a vegetarian, but I was still eating a bunch of mess.
Yeah, yeah.
In 80, and then 82 was officially like the Mucusless Diet started. Like, oh, that was official. Uh,
Right.
yeah, that was.
Well,
But
here's one for the archive that'll give you a kick.
oh man, man, boy, don't.
Afro Rican ensemble. Orlando Matias. That was
Yeah, you
that was a vibe there.
play the kalimba, play
From
the
San
kalimba,
Juan, Puerto Rico.
play the kalimba, man, play the kalimba. Like looking at him like, what is he saying? Dudes. Yeah,
Yeah, we did a lot of playing with that band, man. We went all
yeah,
over the place. They had the weekly
yeah,
gigs, and
yeah.
he'll find those festival gigs way over in some
Massachusetts,
yeah, man, yeah, just in the middle
behind the ballpark,
of right.
underneath the underneath the river.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, where in the hell you find this place?
Yeah.
Where these gigs come to you from? Man, it's like, you talking about off the beaten path.
Right.
Dude, do something, man. So So
So
yeah,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
I'm happy for you. You got the 20 and you're feeling good and you're still excited about the practice and what more you got to do and what you've done in terms of mucus-free life uh, is just stellar, man. On another level. I mean, you don't have to say any words about what you believe in terms of the mucusless diet. Your actions have showed what just how deep of respect and how you've been living this life. Um, Arnold Eric would would be pleased with what's happening with the Mucusless Diet Healing System. Um, he's definitely uh, he's definitely has a hand in it because
oh
we
yeah,
talk about him all the time. I mean, yeah, we haven't deviated from the practice.
right,
The few things that we have added has just been, just some, like the lemon enemas and things like that. But nothing like drastically changing the fundamental thinking
right,
of of the method. It's still the same. Uh, I've fasted a lot. We've gone there,
right,
but we had. I mean, I think that that's what we were supposed to do to bring the attention to it a little more. We
right,
had to be
right.
bringing something to the table.
Something. Mm,
Like, are y'all really practicing this? you know,
right.
you know what I mean. And so I think we had to really prove, like, we really are practitioners. And so yeah, I think Eric would like everything, man. You know that has been done. Uh, Yeah, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy that we're here. We're right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
We're looking to expand and to keep living and to keep cleansing, to keep breathing.
Yep.
You dig? I mean it's to keep sharing.
Yep.
Um so I'm good with everything, man. I'm good with everything. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, I have to thank you for not going to Africa and for staying here
Uh,
and for sharing,
we have work to do here. We have
yeah.
more important work to do here, and just show you when you move out of the way and let the universe do its thing. The universe knows what's best.
Yeah.
All you
Yeah.
gotta do is get out of the way. Just
Yeah.
get out of the way and let it do its thing, and just deal with what you need, not what you want. That's what I wanted to do, go to Africa. What I needed to do was keep my black behind home
Mm,
and do this.
right.
And that's what we did. So there it
Yeah.
is.
Yep. Yeah. So
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
to the next 20 years. This is the
Yeah, yeah. Hope there'll be um some new breakthrough type of
yeah, yeah. We'll do this. Yeah,
thing
we'll do
going
this again in 20 years and
years,
we
yeah.
can reflect on on all the things that's gonna be happening over these next 20 years because it's gonna be big,
Well, we'll you know what we'll do is we'll do it on my 50th year of practicing.
Yeah. Right. So in 10 years
Yeah,
we'll
in
have
10 years.
the
Yeah,
next big celebration.
celebration. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So so we'll do that, and
Yeah.
and we'll talk about what took place within the next 10 years. Boy, it I hate to say it, but boy, we'll see a lot of people come and go.
Yeah, I mean that's been a sad reality. We try our best. I've tried my best to put the educational materials to prevent that from happening
Right.
because I think that a lot of that can be prevented with just better, more rational transitioning. Because that's still something that is just lacking. It's hard to get people to really want to focus on
Settle
transition.
down. Just settle
And
down. Settle down.
be patient. Like I
Be
said,
patient. Yeah. Just settle down and be patient.
the virtues of practicing the Mucusless Diet Healing System. Patience is
Yes.
at the top,
Yes.
and
Yeah. 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 Because that meltdown this past year was was it was almost shameful.
mm,
It was like, oh man, look at this. And it wasn't, it was, no discipline, man. We want to do all this. We want it to be all of this. But the practice of the mucusless diet is about sacrifice too. It can't be, it's just like what we say about jazz music. Like everything can't be jazz.
right.
You know what I mean?
Mm,
They want to call it smooth jazz, this jazz, urban jazz, this jazz. Everything can't be jazz. Everything can't be the Mucusless Diet Healing System. Well, we
yeah.
want to do it. We want to do it like this. Well, we want to do it like this. We want to add this to it. We want to add this. We want to. No, it has remained from Arnold Eric's time. It developed off of real basic stuff, real basic transitions, and real basic eliminations, 2-3 day fasts, just real basic things, man. Still to this day, it's still the same. It's still the same. Like I say, people got to remember, I didn't start doing those long fasts until 25, almost, 25 years into the practice. I didn't, you know. But the thing is that it was 25 years of real basic, consistent practicing.
Right.
Doing those lemon enemas every day. Once in 1990 when I started the lemon enemas every day. I had been doing them. I've been doing lemon enemas, but I wasn't doing them every day.
Right.
Once I started in 1990 on my 30th birthday, started doing them every day. And boy, was that the game changer. Was that the game changer? So, um, yeah, man. Let's just keep it real. Keep it real basic.
Yeah. Yep.
Keep it real basic. Real
I put
consistent. Stay consistent and stay disciplined.
Yeah. Yeah, I just posted. Somebody was trying to post the link to the meetup. I just posted it in there because
Oh, okay.
sometimes they YouTube will block stuff. We didn't do anything. Sometimes YouTube will they like to block. Like I think they might block Zoom links. So I
Mm.
have a like a different type of link, so it might let it go through. But
Okay.
but uh, but yeah, it's definitely as we like to say is work to do. This is about
Yeah.
work,
And you've been doing the work. We applaud you
uh,
for doing the work. And
appreciate it, and
yeah,
just I just love seeing people wake up and get into the system and have it help them. Where they overcome some ailment that they never thought they would, or
it gets
they
no
just
better than that. And
yeah, yeah,
helping people gets no better than that.
yeah,
You know,
yep.
gets no better than that. So, you know, I don't know. I guess have to throw out all these shout outs to folks along your way. The the Vic, the Buttrams, the
Mm-hmm.
Khalid, Sister Takora,
Mm-hmm.
even Daishan,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
even Chuck,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a strange way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I learned because my thing was, and one of the reasons that I learned the way that I did in a guess a short period of time, and just kind of, I mean, I studied everybody that people that practice the diet, people that used to practice it, people that read the book and never practiced it. And
Yeah,
I grilled everybody with questions, just like, so okay, but like, all right, so you read the book, so what about the book didn't I just find out, like, okay, if they read it, but what they actually take from it? Did they remember anything? Or or for the people, then with like Dashawn, that was that was a whole study of hanging, when I was hanging with him. And uh I mean, that was just my thing, was just being a sponge to
yeah,
just everybody, and that had anything to do with the diet. And then even my peers that I had convinced to read the book, that I'd be studying, okay, well, what'd you get from it? What you
mm-hmm.
remember, or what did you not understand? What was confusing? And I used all of that data that I was collecting from talking to people for all those years, and that went into the annotated mucusless diet, and then the e-course. And and that was one of them things where it's like we say, the universe. I had kind of early on, I had a vision that I would do some of this work, but I thought that I would do it when I was like older, like when I was in my 60s or 70s. Like that'd be, like we go on tour and we do the musician life and do that whole thing. And then down the road, I get off the road, then I'll go and we'll put out these books and do that kind of stuff. And the universe has a way of being like, that's cute, but no, we're gonna,
Right, right.
there's gonna be the other way around.
It's
You
gonna
do
be,
this first.
that's what I was just gonna say. It's gonna be the other way around.
Yeah,
You're gonna do this, and then you're gonna hit the road
yeah, exactly.
and see the world that way.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yep. So that's the next
man,
phase. That's what's coming up. You can you'll be able to see us at a Whole Foods near you. If we do
yeah,
the Whole Foods meetups. But
yeah,
we gonna be getting out here, definitely.
yeah. We'll be out there. We will be out there real soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to different cities. So, and countries and towns. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm kind of
Yeah.
I'm kind of done with patting you on the back, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but um, everybody in the chat, they all right? They
Yeah, I
have
appreciate
all right?
everybody definitely that tuned in. We had a real nice crew here
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah.
chat today, and I definitely appreciate that. And it was good session. Yeah, good session today.
Tune in about another 10 years. When I do my celebration of 50 years,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah.
and we'll see it. I'm sure he's gonna do something to prepare for that. That'll be
Oh yeah, that'll
extraordinary.
yeah,
It's gonna be
that'll
something.
be some disappearing and shit, something,
Yeah,
some levitating,
right.
shit. We'll be done really elevated by then, hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So,
Other than that,
so hey, I thank everybody for tuning in one more time. If you are interested in plugging in
yeah,
and
yeah,
getting
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
free
yeah, yeah, yeah.
15-minute
Yeah,
coaching
yeah, yeah,
session, hit
yeah,
that
yeah,
link
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and get the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
plug
yeah,
in, invest in yourself.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Go, boy. Check out Pharaoh.
Go check out Pharaoh Sanders and just plug in, get it together. We got a lot of work to do, but it's work worth doing. And this is the best time. The best time to live. That's how we look at it. It's like the best time to live in history because we know what we know and we're doing what we're doing.
Right.
And you could live at different times, but they didn't have this and didn't have this potential that we're looking at. And so that's something to be thankful for. And there's no better way than to show your thanks than to work on yourself physiologically, work on getting yourself together. And that's what it's all about. So thank you all for tuning in. I thank Brother Air for coming on here to help me celebrate
I
these
applaud
20
you.
years.
I applaud it. I applaud your 20 years. And yeah, man, you're doing it, man. You're doing it. Keep doing it. Keep us plugged in.
Yeah.
To each other.
Yeah.
All right. So
most definitely.
That's the mission. You remember how I used to tell you about the mission?
Yeah, right.
The mission for the next 10 years is to keep us plugged into each other.
Yeah. Yep.
There we go.
Yep, that's it. So all right, everybody. Thank you so much. And until next time, peace, love, and breath. We are mucus free. 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 We are mucus free.